Coming to you live from the Flagami studio. Hello, everybody, and happy Friday. I'm riding in my RV, wherever I want to be. 'Cause I'm free in my RV. Yeah. Well, hello everybody and greetings. Let me know if you can hear me well because today I changed the setup a little bit. I'm using this microphone. Some people were telling me that when I play the guitar, they were telling me, and I corroborated, of course. When I play the guitar with the MacBook Pro microphone, there's some kind of noise cancellation that it sounds really bad. So today, if it sounds good, we're gonna keep this one. Otherwise, we can always switch back to the MacBook Pro microphone. And first of all, I want to thank Armando Correa for that super chat. Happy Friday, Robert and Illy. And Mom, sorry I wasn't around and it got the COVID. But feeling better now. Well, thank goodness. I'm glad she's feeling better. And welcome back. Welcome back, Armando. Sorry I missed you at the Hershey RV show, but we're going back next time around. Michelle K, don't forget the thumbs up. Yes, absolutely. Dylan Reynolds is ready for the stream. All right. And the Highlanders looking forward to this. Spooky Dookie. Hey, Spooky Dookie. See you soon. Hey, welcome. And Mary Callan. How are ya? Hope he's doing well. Planning adventures for next summer since I missed this one. Hey, I'm glad. I'm so glad. And hopefully the microphone almost, says Jim Foster, the mic sounds almost lifelike. Well, this is the same mic that I use for the voiceovers and for the podcast. So it's a 22-year-old mic, but it still should sound good, right? It's even though if it is a little off axis because I don't want to be like with the microphone in front of my face either. So anyway, I'm glad it sounds good. And William Rizarri, hello there, hello Illy and Mom. Where's my audio meter? I want to monitor my audio meter because this particular microphone, the thing that it doesn't have is automatic gain control. So if I start screaming or get too close to it, I could overmodulate. Brandy Williams, thank you for that super chat. Happy Friday to you, and thank you for that super chat. Dusty Haskins, I never get sick of that song, even considering my 4-year-old has me play it every time I get in the car. Well, thank you. I'm glad. Ski Dids wants gin and tonic. I have something that was sent to me all the way from Portugal. So give me a second here while I say hello to our view of America. Hello all. Hi, Robert. Good to see you here. And Horse Lover 08. Hey, Robert, happy Friday. Quick question. Will you ever want to return to Maryland? Yes, I do. I really enjoyed my time in Maryland at Assateague Island. It was a Cincoteague. I get them confused. But I want to go back to Ocean City and, when it is in season and hang out there. And so many other places. I mean, Maryland is a huge state, so I'm resetting the chat here, and I'm gonna go back. And Andre Papa, super chats will pay off the new rig. It's gonna take a lot of them, but yeah, hopefully, yeah, the new rig. Man. William Birdie, hello, Robert, Ilian, Mom. This starts my weekend. And Robert Powell, hello all. And the RV DJ, I'm driving in my RV, but I'm here. Our neighbor Tin Can Carl, howdy neighbor, hot in Perry today. It's hot in Miami too. It's been raining all afternoon. It's kind of yucky weather if you ask me. But hey, any wind damage at Flagship? No wind damage whatsoever. It's all good. Sharp looking background. Yeah, I decided to revamp a little bit, and if you notice, I changed things around a little bit. Once in a while, you have to change the feng shui of the room, right? So now I'm gonna start doing the Minitini lounges back there. That's where I had that old couch that old IKEA couch that I have no idea exactly what to do with it yet. For now, I put it on this side of the room, which actually has a door to the outside. But I never use that door anymore since this is not like a. I don't really have. This is not working as a recording studio anymore. So I'm gonna start doing the Minitini lounges back there. I cleaned it up a little bit. I'm just gonna have the music background there, and then on this side, eventually, I'm gonna put a, like I used to have, like a movie screen. So I'm thinking of getting a you know, a 100 inch, is it? Yeah, 100 inch screen with a projector, and eventually make this into like a little theater, because I used to enjoy watching movies a lot, and I haven't done it in a while, So the acoustics in our living room are really bad. So I want to have a good place where I can have a good sounding system, and eventually that's a plan for for the future. But since I already have a projector, I might put that screen back there. And now, while we're static here in Miami for the next 2.5 months, enjoy some movies together, or Star Trek, or what have you. And Joseph Omara, thank you for that super chat. And Lydia and Joe says hi, love the show. Please hi to Illy and Mom for us. Rafael Munoz, what's in South Dakota? Western South Dakota is beautiful. You have the everything around Rapid City, Mount Rushmore, Crazy Horse, Custer State Park, the whole Black Hills area. South Dakota is beautiful. Stephen Puribi, happy Friday from Trailhead and Gypsy. And Nancy Reynolds, hello there. And Garces on the Road, hello everybody. Happy Friday all. And Kevin Bentley, happy Friday, Robert and the Pelican Heads. Kevin Bentley, who might make a cameo appearance in a video in like 2 weeks. Traveling Robert, looks like you are designing for Christmas. Well, not really. I just thought I'd do some lights here and there to make it, a little more like the Flagami studio. I would like to have more lights, like illuminating maybe back there, but we'll see. And right now, I'm using the two cans that I use for the Minitini Lounge. I kind of put them back there, and I kind of have two lights on each side here. So I don't know. I'm playing with it. This is like the first. This is This is version 1.0. Let me look. Looking forward to Minitini Lounge tonight. Tomorrow night. Tomorrow is the Minitini Lounge. By the way, I am. I'm most likely 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow on my other channel. I'll put a link to that before we go. So 61 Caddy on Route 66. Hi from the road. Hey, happy trails. Oliver DeVries. Greetings from Pleasant Hill, California. What's funny, the Miss RV DJ here, the Mandalorian. Happy Friday. It is the way. And Karen Housley. Hi, Robert and family. Mount Rushmore, Crazy Horse, the Badlands, Black Hills, Deadwood. I didn't really do Deadwood this time around, but to name a few in South Dakota. Yeah, I do agree. It's one of those underrated states, kind of out of the way. So Dunkin' Donuts needs to hurry up with my frozen coffee. Well, meanwhile, I'm not having an IPA. I'm having some wine from Portugal. And I haven't seen it on the chat, but this was sent to us by Rita Diodato and Rui Antonio from Portugal. And she wrote to me because in the Sun Outdoors video, I was talking about that I had never seen wine in a can. So she sent me some Gatao Vinho Branco from Portugal, and it has a little bit of a frisante, like a little bit of bubbles, not too much, and it's very nice. I like it. I thought it was gonna be sweeter at the beginning, but no, it tastes like It's like a regular white wine. Tem lata. I just realized that in Portuguese they call lata, which is can, the same as in Spanish, lata. Since I started without you, I might have another one before we finish. And the Lost Star viewers, thank you for that super chat. Hello, Roberto. FYI, rear axle replacement $350. Ouch. Rear axle replacement, what, for the camper? Max Trans 67. Hey Robert, when is the long-awaited Alaskan tour going to happen? Hopefully this summer. Once I get, and I'm trying to work ahead as much as possible. Once I have two videos in the can, I'm gonna start planning that trip and a European trip as well. I do want to make a Western European trip as well. So Adam McKillip. Hey, Robert, we are vacationing in Moab, Utah right now. Any good dinner recommendations? We found the IPAs. No, I've never actually done any dining or anything like that in Moab. I'm sure there's a couple of good places. When I was there, I've always been like boondocking, so I've made my own meals. So I'm sorry, I cannot be much help. But Moab is a cool town and it has a bunch of restaurants, so I'm sure it's gonna be good. And when in doubt, go to a brewery. Oh, Christopher Olson celebrating 23 months as a chief pelican head. Do we get a video on Sunday? Yes, you do, which is not finished yet, by the way, because well, I was gonna do this very long video, everything we did around St. Louis, but it was gonna be like um like an hour and a half movie, and I'm like, it's gonna be tight, trying to finish this before Sunday, and that's not the idea of and I'm gonna divide it in two, but not chronologically. This Sunday is gonna be St. Louis, like the touristy stuff. We're gonna go to the Gateway Arch. We're gonna eat some barbecue. We're gonna go on a boat tour, that kind of thing. And then the following week is gonna be St. Louis, but all the stuff related to the Lewis and Clark expedition. So I decided to divide it into. It's not that much of a challenge to break the timeline there. And to be honest, all I have to edit from that big St. Louis video, the first one, is the Gateway Arch, which is what we're gonna close with, and I should be able to get it done either tonight or tomorrow by tomorrow afternoon. And the good thing here, I have fiber, so I can upload that like in 10 minutes. El Mandalorian a caballo regalado no se le miran los dientes, an old saying. Yeah, if how would you translate that? If you get the horse for free, you shouldn't examine the canines, the teeth. I don't know, man. Hey, Duke Chips. You see what's back there? Yeah, Duke Chips. Please do not visit Italy. Why not? I want to go to Italy. Not on this Western European trip. Probably not. I'm just gonna stick to Spain. I want to go back to Spain. My roots, kind of, and do a little bit of Spain. And maybe next year we'll do Italy. The following year we might go back to Scandinavia. I don't know. I'm gonna try to not to try to cram as much in one. The Lost Viewers, we just got a quote just in case. Oh, the both rear tires are wearing out too fast, but two more. Yeah, that seems to be something. By the way, we might Mandalorian Portugal. We might go to Portugal as part of all this. Papol, saludos, hi mom, Papol, and we do like a pizzeria here in Coral Gables that is called People, spelled very similarly. uh, There you go, Highlanders. The Sunset Grill in Moab is a solid place. So now you know. The more you know. What exactly is boondocking? I mean, it depends who you ask. But in my case, it's. I mean, some people call parking at a Walmart boondocking. I mean, I'm no one to tell you what it is or what it is. But boondocking generally means you're camping with no hookups. You're not hooked up to electricity or power or sewer, and generally you are in a remote place like in the desert and around Moab. So that's the main consensus for the Mary Fieramusca. Hello, Robert. I found your videos by accident. I enjoy them. Thank you. Thank you so much. Richard Spence in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. One of these days, man. One of these days. Looking forward to your European trip. Planning to rent an RV there? Yes. Yes. We haven't done anything yet. But St. Louis video, great plan. Thank you. I'm glad you approve. And Greg Graham, and hopefully you can do England next year too. I really hope so. Hey, Rita Diodato, thank you for that super chat. We're very happy to see you receive the wine and that you like it. It's one of our favorites. When you visit us in Portugal, we'll get you a bottle. Yeah, it tastes very similar to something that we've tasted before here. That is Vino Verde, which is I mean, it says Vino Branco, but it's very similar in taste, and it has that little frisante, which is. So thank you, Rita. Yeah, I really like it. Okay, let me reset the chat here because I'm so far behind. Love Italian wine with their excellent pasta. Vino Italiano, yes. Um, Powerful Strong. Have you ever been to Latin American countries such as Mexico, Colombia, Venezuela, Argentina, Peru, Chile, Brazil? Nope. Well, I've been to Mexico, but I can't really say I've been to Mexico. I've been to Tijuana. I crossed the border once. And I've been to like the touristy spots in the Yucatan Peninsula, like Cozumel. So, no, I cannot say that I've really been to South America. So that's another plan for a trip in a couple of years. I'm thinking of either shipping or renting, or I don't know how it's done. I haven't done the research, but getting a vehicle to Colombia or in Colombia and just drive all the way down like the spine, maybe on the west coast through Ecuador, Peru, Chile, and then come back through Argentina, maybe Brazil. I don't know. It's one of those things that I haven't fully done research, but that I would love to do. Happy Friday, Robert. Your bourbon is in the mail. I had to decide which one I'm sending, so I think you will like it. Enjoy all your videos. They are informative and relaxing. Keep doing what you do. And hey, we're going to do a bourbon tasting on a future live stream here coming soon. So that'll be cool. Oh, man, this is. Robert, here's that said, don't look a gift horse. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Okay, that'll be the proper English translation. There you go. Jeffrey McCommon, the bar is open. Mr. Domo arigato, Mr. Robato. Hello, Alan Parr, Robert and family. Have you ever wanted to go to Ireland? Yes. Yes, I have. And one of the these days I'm gonna go. I think it's a great unique culture, and I do want to see it. And the nature, I've seen some pictures, especially of the coastline. That it's pronounced Papole. Okay, Papole, Papole one. Okay, I read that already. You need to fit Australia in. We're hoping to make it to the US next May. Yeah, definitely Australia. I haven't planned Australia all that much yet, But that's definitely a plan for, let's call it, the next 2 to 3 years. But yeah, that's something that I really want to do and do a lot of research. I have to read that book again, which is called "In a Sunburned Country" by Bill Bryson. Excellent book about Australia. It's a little dated. It's I think it's from the late '80s, but I mean the places are still there, right? The only thing, it was called Ayers Rock at the time of the book, and now it's Uluru. A lot of things have been renamed back to their First Nation. Do you call them? Do you call the natives, the Native Americans, or the Native Australians in the case, First Nation, or is that only in Canada? I forget. In traffic, watching you in Los Angeles. Oh, be careful in that traffic. Are you on the 405? Be careful on that 405. That 405 can be worse than our Palmetto here in Miami. So, Dylan Reynolds, question. I was wondering, was I-10 a part of the last trip? Nope. No, well, yeah, for a little bit between Jacksonville and just the exit before Pelicamp, but no. And I'm gonna, if when I go to the west now in January, I'm gonna try not to take I-10, take a different route. Maybe I-20. I hear it's a nice one too. Remy took that one not long ago, and now someone's texting me. Who did I? I can't wait for this political season to be over. Another spam. Coffee Angel Craft. I'll be one of your guinea pigs in your bourbon tasting. Ah. And Natalie Driscoll. Yes, they are called First Nations. That's what I thought, but it's different in every country. It's kind of. I believe in Canada is First Nations too, or Inuit. Spooky Dookie. When you come to Rochester, New York, please go to Deer Run Winery. They are a Harvest Hope, I guess, host. That's what I mean. And we would love to treat you to food and drinks. Well, thank you so much, and definitely, I would do that. How's your new truck doing, Robert? The truck is doing great. Actually, it's going to be sitting there. The only problem now it's registering it in Florida. I mean, that DMV office is like they've rejected me twice. It's always something. I mean, I think it might be easier for me to actually move to South Carolina than to register a South Carolina truck in Florida. It's being really, but I am confident that before my temporary tax expires, I'll be able to register it. Young Dave in a sunburnt country. That book inspired me to visit Oz. I've been twice and enjoyed myself immensely. The Great Ocean Road was the real highlight. Yeah, and in that sunburned country book, he goes everywhere. So yeah, Leo Bataller, wish you could greet me from the province of the Philippines. Thank you. Well, greetings, Philippines. One of these days, we're gonna go to the Philippines. Uh, Palm Bay Jags fan TGIF Robert, you teased us with a possible Minitini 4. What's the deal? New RV coming soon? One can only hope. I haven't, I mean, it's likely to happen, but we don't have a confirmation yet or anything like that. It's just, but one way or the other, I might not even call it Minitini 4. We might break the spell and call it something else. It might be the keeper. Vanessa Gomez, hello, Robert from sunny California. California, let me tell you something. California has the best weather ever. Is your truck a 1500 or 2500? We just bought a Silverado High Country. It's a 1500. Yeah, I didn't want to overdo it. William Brody, Robert, do you say Kate the Pitbull? Me and Pat Lover is here. She was by your side building Pelicamp. Awesome dog. She was. I didn't see Katy. I call it Katy Perry. For some reason, I like to. Since perro is dog in Spanish, Katy Perry. And besides, we're in Perry. So, you like waterfalls? Have you been to 10 falls in Oregon? Nope. I think I've been to only one, Multnomah Falls. Domo arigato, Mister. Anyone ever done winter camping in a national park? I'm guessing the crowds would be much smaller. Yes, I did Zion in winter, and yeah, there were no crowds whatsoever. It was kind of cold, but hey, it's winter in Utah, right? Jeffrey McCummon, mommy, I have a sunburn and I feel like a French fry. There's a song there somewhere. Dennis Simone, what's the most breathtaking sight you have ever seen in the U.S.? It's a toss up between, I think, Yosemite and the Grand Canyon. The Grand Canyon was like the first of those, and it's one of those that is of unimaginable grandness. The distance. Your brain kind of shorts out. Hey, everybody, say hello to my mom. Greetings to the Lucky Dog Productions moderators. And yeah, I want to thank Lucky Dog. I mean, I think the trolls have been kind of um, today they've been tame, but it's still good to have moderators like Sue and everybody else that has that blue range. Remy Passion, just noticed that there's not much have changed since the first time you had your first trip to Paducah, Kentucky. And Paducah is, I think, is gonna be one of those places that doesn't change much. You know what I mean? It's not like they're gonna start building skyscrapers or anything like that. It's one of those towns that is historic, and it's good that it remains that way. Maybe the outskirts, but the downtown, I doubt it's gonna change anytime soon. Leo Bataller, thank you for greeting me. I wish I would be with you and experience where you're enjoying traveling. Thank you. Thank you. Jeffrey McCommon, shout out to Robert's mom. My son didn't read my message, but I did. Late, but I did, unless there was an earlier one that this chat. I was pretty impressed with Hoover Dam. Yeah, Hoover Dam is it's impressive how low the water is. Christian McNeil, where's your studio? Well, this is the what I call the Flagami studio, and it's in Flagami, which is a neighborhood in Miami, Florida. That's where we are right now, and yeah, I've had this let's call it a man cave. Here for since we almost. I mean, it took a couple years after we bought the house to get it to where it is, and I did record several records here over the years. But now I'm in the process of transforming it into a TV studio. So there you go. Jim Foster, don't jinx the trolls. LOL. Yeah, I know. Adventures of with Ken and Linda, your video where the Ohio meets the Mississippi River on the Lewis and Clark Trail was very interesting. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you liked it. It's not it hasn't been like one of those viral videos with uh, tens, hundreds of thousands of views, but I think in time, it's gonna keep going up. On the other hand, the one about the new Silverado, it's going viral. So and I think you're gonna like this Sunday, St. Louis, Missouri. And spoiler alert: we're not doing Anheuser-Busch Brewery. We did that in 2016, and we're not gonna do several iconic things in town. But we're gonna do the ones that we want to do, as we usually do, right? And I'm kind of resetting the chat here. I just want to get to some of the longer messages. So I see Red Jaguar is here. Hello, my Pelican Head family. Hello, Mr. Traveling Robert. Hello, Red Jaguar. And NP Val. If you haven't been to the Jack Daniels Distillery in Lynchburg, Tennessee, it is a nice day trip from Nashville. If you go back, yeah, we're gonna go back. I don't know exactly when, but that distillery, the Jack Daniels Distillery, has been kind of on the list since since the Chicago trip, actually. Since 2016. Darlene Barcelo, hello. Robert and Lily, just checking in. Happy Friday. Happy Friday to you too. Thank you for being here. Kristen McNeil, haha, Man Cave, give a video tour. I'm going to, but right now it's a mess. It's really a mess. I kind of cleaned up this area that was going to be on camera because, it's, yeah. We kind of emptied out Minitini III, so everything is. And back there on the other side, I have what used to be the recording room. This is like where I had like the monitoring room, but I had a recording room on the other side, so with a glass in between. Like an honest to god recording studio. So Cindy G, love your cooking shows. Will we have a new one soon? Yeah, I think in this Sunday's video we're gonna have one. Yes. If the bad cave's rocking, don't come knocking. Howdy, I'll finally get to catch a live show. Well, welcome, Stephen Clark. And Keith agrees that Jack Daniels is a great place to visit. And I'm sure they have great Tennessee whiskey, right? Watching from LA, is that Louisiana or Los Angeles? And Minitini Productions. It was actually called for a while it was called Syndrome Productions. Then it was called Robertico Music Studio, and then I don't even remember what I called it. Jeffrey Di Bartolo, Robert, are you glad to be home? And how long will it take you the itch to hitch? I almost have the itch to hitch already, believe it or not. But I'm glad to be home. Sometimes you need this static time, to get grounded and get some work done. But yesterday I came up with this crazy idea to go down to the Florida Keys, but without the trailer. Stay at a couple of hotels, things that we've wanted to do for a while, and do a trip to the Keys like we used to. We go down in Key Largo. First stop, we go to Denny's Latin Cafe, have a Cuban coffee, relax for a little bit, then keep going. And Isla Morada, have a rum runner at the Postcard Inn, which to me will always be the Holiday Isle Marina. Um, and doing those things. So I'm thinking of doing a trip to the Florida Keys and maybe stay a couple of nights in Isla Morada, a couple of nights in Key West, and maybe somewhere in between. I don't know. What do you guys think? Darlene Barcelo, Fiona wants to know if you're doing Minitini Lounge tomorrow. Yes, I am. Unless something bad happens, I am. As you can see, I have already the keyboard set up back there. It's gonna be in a new position, so I have to figure out exactly how to connect everything. But as soon as I can, as long as I can get a long enough USB cable, we'll be fine. Jim in DC, hello from Virginia, where I'm doing some light work on the trailer. A beautiful day here. Well, I'm glad it is. I like the Margaritaville Hotel. I'm thinking of going to one of the Margaritaville. Actually, they contacted me and they want me to go to one of them, the RV resorts. But I do agree the Margaritaville hotels are very nice and they do have some of the best margaritas. I've been to the one in Hollywood, and yeah, Lee Bywater. Looking forward to my own road trip next week to Scotland, Edinburgh, and uh, Cairngorm and Loch Lomond. I really want to go to Scotland at some point. Uh, besides, taste some Scotch whiskey, because why not, right? Uh, I'm trying to read the both chats. I have both two chat windows, and it's kind of hard to follow both. Uh, Phil Trella, wait, what is the Minitini Lounge, and where do I need to be? Well, I'm gonna do it on my other channel, because if I do it in this channel, I'm gonna get in trouble with the copyright police. So, but it's usually a concert that I do. It's not gonna be my own music. Usually half Spanish, half English. It's also I do it as much for you guys as for myself. So I haven't really played live in a very long time. So I wanna and I'm gonna see if I can do them at least once a month. And what the plan is to keep that back there set up all the time, so I don't have to be like setting anything up. I just have to uh, turn the thing on, put the iPad there, and just start singing. And that's kind of the idea. Jim in DC, our signal is spotty here, but we've heard most of the chat. Well, I'm glad. And Fiona says, "Yay!" Well, I'm glad. I'm glad she's excited about that. Uh, oh man! Oh, look who's here. Remy, traveling road. What happened to Lisa? Lisa, she's your neighbor at Pelicamp, right? I have no idea. Well, she lives a couple miles away. So I don't know. Yeah, last I heard, she came out unscathed from the hurricane, and but I haven't seen her. We've chatted, but I haven't seen her in person. Jim Foster, MP Val, thank you for that super sticker. Keep it up. Thank you. We'll do. We'll definitely keep on keeping it up. Robert, if you go to the Keys, do it before the snowbirds get there. We're thinking November, sometime in November, after Fantasy Fest, and before the snowbirds really get there. And Swanky Dog, thank you for that super chat. Thank you so much. Contribution to your Loch Ness Monster trip. Probably 20, let's call it 2023. I mean, 2024. That's going to be 2024. And in 2024, we also have a solar eclipse. So we have to, and Jim in DC, one of my favorite trips to Scotland. Much of my family is from there. Did you know the mountain in Scotland were once part of the Appalachians? Really? Yeah. Well, if you think of the continental drift theory, yeah. Robert, you will be fine, and you will still sound amazing. Film question: do you ask permission before taking video attractions and museums? Do you feel like you miss out on interesting places if they don't allow you to take videos? Yes, I do. I think they're missing some exposure. And in the past, I didn't, take care of that as much. But now I do, because it's I'm bound to get in trouble if I post something that I'm not supposed to. When we had 1,000 subscribers and 100 views per video, who cares? But now, yeah, now I generally ask permission, or if they say no commercial video or no video at all, I just don't do it, which is what I've been doing lately. The Dr. Rock Game, thank you for the super chat. My father and I love watching your content. Thanks. No, thank you. Thank you so much. Robert, post the other channel. Oh, the other channel. Just search for, and I just changed the name, but now YouTube has these handles. It's called just my name, Robert Morales. Although I did change, I doubt that the chat is gonna, and I'm gonna change it back. I did it the other day in a whim, Robert Tico Morales, which used to be my my musician name at the time. So yeah, any new music on this horizon? Well, in this Sunday's video, you're gonna get a hint of the Lewis and Clark song, which is still a work in progress. So yeah. Do you know if the Blue Ridge Parkway allows drones at overlooks? Absolutely not. It is part of the National Park Service, and they do not. We're planning to see the 2024 eclipse. Where are you going to watch it? Watch it. I'm thinking Del Rio, Texas, but who knows? Jeffrey Di Bartolo, I wouldn't have went to some places if I didn't see them on video before. It's good exposure. Yeah, I agree. But some places they will. I don't know. I don't know why. Hey, Jackie Trujillo. Hello, Robert. Everybody. What did I miss? Oh, you missed the best part. No, just kidding. Patrice Catalin. Yes, for the keys. We haven't been able to go since COVID and miss it. Yeah, so, but I'm thinking of doing like that a different trip. Stayed at a couple of hotels, and do it different. Do it like we used to do it before we had an RV. I'm an hour from Dallas. There you go. Remy is in Texas, y'all. Earl Wilson, hello from sunny California, from Southern California. Edwards at Air Force Base is having an air show this weekend. Come on out. Oh man, I'm in Florida. But if anybody's in California and wants to go, yeah. And hello, vagando everywhere por todos lados. Mr. Roberto, traveling Robert, what is the most interesting new thing you learned about the Lewis and Clark on this trip? Just learning how they managed to, to overcome so many seemingly unsurmountable obstacles, and they got worse and worse and worse the farther west they went, and it was this kind of trip that it wasn't like a conqueror's trip. They just wanted to. I mean, eventually later, yeah, we conquered the West, or whatever, however you want to call it. But at the time, they just wanted to learn. They they cataloged all kinds of new plants and animal life, and they made maps, and that's a good thing. It was, in a sense, the first cross country road trip. A trailer traveling. Okay, that's for Phil Trella. Avoid using sinks and shower. If you do, add an equal amount of RV antifreeze to whatever water. Okay, you're talking about winterizing. Oh no. Yeah, we should. Not quite yet, but in a couple of weeks, we should have a moment of silence for all those who are forced to winterize their rigs. I don't intend on ever doing that, but there you go. Remy Passion, since I introduced it to them, my students love your travel videos, Robert. Well, I'm glad they do. I'm glad they do. I mean, I'm trying to make it fun and at the same time educational, like we're doing with this Lewis and Clark trip now. That once you get to west of St. Louis, especially west of like Kansas City, every other street and every other town has a Lewis and Clark thing going on. But here in the East, is I feel it's underrepresented. Greg Graham, I love all your music. I have been listening to it for many years now. And if you're making some new music and songs, I'm really excited for that and to hear. I'm glad. Yeah, the Lewis and Clark song starts a little. I don't want to say symphonic, but it's gonna be a work in progress as I continue editing the the videos. And that same Lewis and Clark song at the end might last 20 minutes, and it's gonna be a progression of as I get inspired by different portions of the trip. So we'll see. I mean, when they get to the Pacific, they may be like, oh, the joy part of the song, and it's gonna be like that climactic thing. So anywho, Winter Horizon, says Jim Foster. Uh, Have fun. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't want to find out where that water heater bypass is. I don't even want to find. Robert never winterizes. Nope. 2024 eclipse. Yes, everybody in amateur astronomy is thinking about Texas. Best outlook for weather in the US. Being mobile with Minitini means that you will be able to chase clear sky at the last minute. And that's kind of what I did for the 2017 eclipse. You know, the original idea was to chase it in Nebraska, in the sand hills of Nebraska, and then the coolest would be just to be able to pull on the side of the road at the last minute and just see it. But we didn't want to risk it. There were signs everywhere saying "Do not pull out, do not pull out." So we're like, and none of the Walmarts allowed overnight parking during that time. So I'm getting hungry. I read recently IPA is good for your bones. Hey, I'll go for that. Jackie Trujillo, hey Robert, I love your starship. It's beautiful. Thank you so much. And Luan Tackett, Bending Oaks Ranch RV Resort outside of Fredericksburg, Texas, is taking reservations for the eclipse in 2024. They're in the path of totality. We have our site reserved. That will give the hill country in Texas will be also a good spot to watch the eclipse. Hi, Robert. What blew my mind about Lewis and Clark was how young they were and they started the trip. Lewis was 29, Clark 33. And this is the thing. I think people back there, they grew up mentally a lot younger. I mean, these kids, by the time they were 14, 15, they were already hunting, you know, and doing stuff like that. You know, they started learning those skills early in life. So by the time they were 30, that would almost be the equivalent of someone in their 40s or 50s nowadays, I think. And I think that's what it is, you know. Red Jaguar, you missed my message. I'm going to be snowbirding for the first time in Florida. Hey, welcome to the Sunshine State. Let me know where you're gonna be because maybe we'll catch up finally. Dylan Reynolds, I hope for more live podcasts soon. And by the way, I apologize. I didn't do a podcast today. It's one of those things. It's been a busy week. I didn't feel I have a whole lot to talk about. So we'll have one next week. And we might do it live. I'm actually thinking of doing it live on this same channel. I don't know if it's going to be too many videos per week. Oops, sorry. 619 for life. Greetings from Tucson, Arizona. The only winterizing I do is the vodka I drink. Don't put ideas in my mind. Joe Grape Ape, my wife new to the channel. I'm trying to get her hooked on your channel. He loves Lewis and Clark. She's related to one of them. Oh, really? So, well, thank you and watch it. Now it's when the Lewis and Clark series is getting good because more and more is going to be more related. As I said, we did so much in St. Louis that I decided to split it in two, not chronological. I don't know if you caught that. I said that at the beginning of the live stream. We're going to do a one like touristy St. Louis. And we even did a helicopter tour. Just spoiler alert. Barbecue, you know, the touristy stuff, mainly the arch. But then there's a second episode that we're going to do like the Lewis and Clark related stuff. That's kind of the idea here. Laura W, what's the IPA tonight? I'm drinking some wine from Portugal and I'm out. Luckily, I have a second one. And since I started without you, I might. Is my mom watching? Where are your podcasts on Spotify? I'm not sure I'm on Spotify. I know I'm on iTunes, and most of the other. I have to make sure I'm on Spotify. The podcast is one of those things that I set it up at the beginning and I haven't Uh, how about make this live stream a podcast? That would be another good idea. I've thought about that too, believe it or not. So we can make this the podcast. The thing is, in the podcast, people wouldn't see your questions as much. But I could read them. But yeah, that could work out too. Of course, I would have to release the podcast on Saturday instead of Friday. Mm. Oliver DeVries, Robert, if I saw correctly, I think you need a refill. I think so too. Lewis and Clark trivia from young Dave. John Coulter was a member of the team. He left the expedition on the way back and traveled through the geothermal area in what is now Yellowstone National Park. I did not know that. I haven't gotten to that part of the book yet. Go for two, Robert. I'm already my second glass of wine. Yeah, it's wine, right? It's not beer. It's not gonna give me a beer belly or anything like that, right? So, Laura W. I'm drinking wine too. Nassau Valley wine, Luz Delaware red blend, and Greg Graham. Thank you for that super sticker. And it's keep it up. You know, I've been trying to start working out again, so that's a good thing. You know, I'm trying to get rid of some of this. A couple of inches that I've grown in my belly section. Will there be a Minitini lounge tomorrow? Yes, there will. Hello, Robert. We are just a bit late. Jim is and I 26th anniversary is next Wednesday. Well, if that is the 19th, I don't even know what. Hey, Barb and 26. Were you like 10, Barb? In any case, happy anniversary, Jim and Barb, Barbara and Jim. Happy anniversary to you. Just saying, you actually read most of the comments anyway. Yeah, it's good for you. Coulter's Run is the best part of the Coulter's Legend. There you go. And AS Winos from Dallas. We are really enjoying the Lewis and Clark series. I'm glad you are. I'm certainly enjoying and learning so much. You know, the first time I didn't read about Lewis and Clark, but found out about it. I mean, I had heard names, but I had no idea. I had a little bit of an idea, but not much. It's the first time I went to South Dakota. When was that? Actually, more in North Dakota than South Dakota. When I went to North Dakota in 2020, I'm like, you know, every other place was like Lewis and Clark this, Lewis and Clark that, Mandan Village, and I'm like, I really ought to research this a little more. And I started doing research. And greetings from Tiki West. Hey, Paul Falsey. Look what I have back there. Recognize that guitar? Before I continue, let me crack open another can of wine. Once again, thank you to Rita Diodato for the Portuguese wine. I really like it. The Gatao Vinho Branco. Am I pronouncing that right, or am I using too much of the Brazilian pronunciation? Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna save a little for Ili. Things are starting to fall apart here in the Flagami studio. Jill Mortimer, thank you for the super sticker, and it's a lemon. Laughing out loud. Paul Falsey, come join us for a margarita in Tiki West. I'm gonna have to go join you at Tiki West. Maybe this on my way to Quartzsite. Instead of I-20, maybe I'll take I-40. How about that? But in that case, it will be like one margarita, two margarita, three margarita shots. You need to have a Zika Varici night. You know what I'm talking about. Well, I would have to whip out all those tracks, which a lot of them I don't have as many anymore, but I used to have a lot of those in 12 inch, if you know what I mean. P. Lombardo, had someone hit my trailer Monday. It's in the shop till the end of December. There went my winter travel plans. I'm so sorry about that. And yeah, that's what happens. William says to smash the like button. Well, thank you. Hey, brother, you doing any cooking videos? I'm getting hungry right now, but in any case, well, yeah, probably one per travel video on this upcoming season. Wine in a can. How did this happen? You know, this is what happened. I went to this Sun Outdoors resort and I saw wine in a can and I showed it on video. And then Rita Diodato, which sent me a very nice letter, which I have here. Rita Diodato and Rui Antonio from Portugal. They sent me a Portuguese wine in a can. Ask Remy doesn't like I-20. Is it like I-10? Like tuto, 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 tuto. Perhaps the next cross-country trip will be the building of the Transcontinental Railroad. I don't know. Maybe. I think what I'm gonna do for the next cross-country. I'm gonna hit the spots where I haven't been yet. I might repeat a couple of them because some of them, you know, it's. I mean, you can go 10 times and not get tired of it, but yeah. Goombas, thank you for the super chat. Welcome home, Robert. Cheers to you. You better run outside. There's a repo man hooking up your truck. I doubt it. Oh man. Most favorite and most easy Cuban recipe. You know, I'm Cuban sandwich probably, but I'm not that purist when it comes to Cuban food. Easy recipe, probably a good like ropa vieja. It's not easy, but it's what I like to make. A good vaca frita is just like shredded beef with onions, and you just throw it in the skillet, really hot, and hmm. And Luis Solomon, hello Robert, hello there. And all of a sudden, I'm not getting any messages here. What's going on with that? Oh, Dylan. Question: the next cross country trip after that will be in a different country. Well, if I do finally get to go to Alaska, yes. Filtrella picadillo. Yeah, picadillo is fairly easy. I mean, it has a lot of ingredients and stuff, but it just you can make it a one pot meal. Hi, Robert, from Ed Malin. Hi, Robert, just returned from South Dakota. It is an amazing state, so clean and beautiful. Mount Rushmore, Custer State Park, and Crazy Horse. The Badlands were not busy. Thank you for all you do. And yes, I do. I do agree. South Dakota is amazing. Um, Robert, could you sing Key West, Key West at the end of the live stream? It's Key West, Key West. So I might be going to the Keys soon, actually. As I said it early in the live stream. Yesterday I came up with this crazy idea to go back to the Keys, but not go with the trailer. Try to find, a couple of hotels here and there, and do it like we used to back in the day. Well, arroz con huevo frito will be like that will be like eggs with white rice, but that reminds me too much of like the food in school in Cuba, back when they had food. Gary Soldan, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. And Katie's Healing Garden, binge watching your channel, Robert, loving it. Thank you. And lots of ingredients is good. You only need like paprika, oregano, cumin. And sometimes I like to add like cilantro and other things. Maxine Oliver, today is also my sister's birthday. Well, happy birthday, Maxine's sister. Happy birthday to you. Any upgrades to Minitini I for the Alaska trip? I haven't done any yet, but if I do take Minitini I, I'm gonna have to do some solar, some lithium batteries, a good inverter, and that's about it. I don't really need much more for Alaska. I purchased your cooking wines. We need more delicious recipes to use the wines. We'll do. We'll do. We'll start doing more recipes. Uh, did I say super chat? Gary Soldan? Oh man, my short memory. In any case, thank you for that super chat once again. And hey, I'm a Putz. Hello from Mount Hood. Sunny and warm up here today. Drinking a cold one with you. Cheers, Gordon. I can't wait to edit and publish that video from Mount Hood. The whole video of that area, which is going to be basically the end of the Lewis and Clark trip. Even though in the journal the Clark mentions a mountain that he saw, and it's most likely Mount Adams, not Mount Hood, but who's to say, right? We'll make it Mount Hood. Why not? Daniel Ruiz, thank you for that super chat. What's the worst maintained interstate you've been on? Worst for us is I-40 westbound from Kingman, Arizona to Flagstaff. Oh, there are several. Some of them, there's north of Louisville. That's not that great. Or even south of Louisville. I-65. I wouldn't call it the worst, but it's not great. I-10 west of the Atchafalaya Basin has been under construction since the first time I went there in 2018, January 2018. I know there are several come to mind. Yes, Minitini Lounge tomorrow. I'm gonna schedule it right after this, and it's gonna be. Let me look for that channel on YouTube so I can put up a link here. Oh, Robert is live. It says here, and that would be. It's gonna be on this channel, and not. No, it's still called Robert. No, what I changed, I remember now. What I changed is my Facebook page for this persona, which there's a search for Robert Morales on YouTube, but otherwise it's gonna be here. Just subscribe to that channel, to that link I just put in the description, and that's it. Any plans for Oregon? Rafa Lopez, I just came back from Oregon. We didn't do much. It was rushed, as it always is. But I was kind of rushed on this last leg of the Lewis and Clark trip. But we'll be back. But we did the coast. We stopped by Bend, Oregon, and we did also the Columbia River Gorge. But that was about it. I'm trying to read here. Oh man, Robert daughter's birthday was a couple of days ago. Our plans got canceled because Ian destroyed Disney's campground. Could you please sing happy birthday to our daughter Elsie? Happy birthday, dear Elsie. Happy birthday to you. And I hope you guys can hear me well today. I have a different audio setup. I'm using my good microphone, and if it sounds good, I'm gonna listen to the chat after the fact. But if it sounds good, I am gonna start using this microphone for the live streams, just because it's gonna sound better for the music and whatnot. Yeah, Minitini Lounge tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern. That's the plan. Patrice Scatolin, do your research driving to Alaska north of Edmonton. There are a few roads, and some of them have a reputation for being sketchy. Well, I would love to do the Dempster Highway. So, and now with that new truck, I'm not as afraid of sketchy roads as I used to be. Hello, Oh man, Huang 77. Thank you. Hello, Mr. Robert. And Jim in DC, we're packed and heading back to DC on the dreaded I 95 North. Have a great weekend and safe travels. Oh, I 95 North. It's dreaded everywhere. Sometimes it's boring. Sometimes it's hectic. What can you do? Greg Graham, you sound fine. Christopher Olson, thank you all. I'm off to bed here in Sweden. See you tomorrow. I hope. Hey, see you tomorrow at the Minitini Lounge. And it still sounds good, Robert. I'm glad. It sounds. Does it sound better than before, or about the same, or let me know. Even although I am going to corroborate after the live stream, I'm going to listen to a little bit of it and see if I like it. Journeys by Jay. Mike sounds great, but might want to put it more centered. When you turn away, it gets real quiet. Yeah, I thought that too, but if I center it, then you're not going to be able to see my face. I'm thinking of using a lavalier too. I have a lavalier too. If I can figure out a way to connect it to the audio interface, that might even be better. So, or maybe I should just stay here close to the mic, or speak louder. I don't know. Carl Copy, hi Robert, my 63rd birthday is tomorrow. Hey, happy birthday, Carl Copley. Sorry, happy birthday to you. All right, so it'll be 2200 in UK for Minitini Lounge. I believe so. Yeah, we're still in daylight saving time, so it's gonna be 2200 UTC, which is 5 p.m. Eastern daylight saving. So yep. No lavalier. Stay close to the mic. No. What I'm trying to do, this is what I'm doing next. I'm gonna try to see if I can patch it through the system that I use for the voiceovers on the podcast, which has a compression, noise gate, and a little bit of EQ, and it's gonna sound even better. So so with the compression does, it will sound nearly the same here as it would sound here. It makes the sound level the same. The presence, it might change a little bit, but now the real test is gonna be when I grab the guitar now and see how it sounds, because it is that time in the live stream, 7:05 p.m. Eastern. I know how to count. 6:05 Central, 5:05 Mountain, 4:05. Well, 4:05 is a very dangerous highway in Los Angeles, but it's also the time there right now. And then right now, what time is in the? Is it 2300 UTC? No, it will be. It will be 2400, 0 hours, 0:05 UTC, right? I don't even know. All right, everybody. Shall we go riding in the RV? We shall. We shall. The only difference in the RV. Hey, by the way, Garza's on the road. Thank you for becoming a Chief Pelican Head. Thank you. We still have to go to Golden Gate and have some cajachina. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. Yeah, but what I do with the room noise, I also do a noise gate. Gain reduction helps from Zone Zero Ventures. Woo. Woo, I forgot how to play the guitar. 'cause I'm free in my RV. Yeah, I'm riding, 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 riding in my RV, wherever I want to be. 'Cause I'm free in my RV. Yeah, I'm riding, riding in my RV, wherever I want to be. 'Cause I'm free in my RV. Whoa, what's wrong with me? I'll be fine for tomorrow's Minitini Lounge. Everybody, thank you so much. Thank you so much for choosing to spend your Friday evening here, or morning in the case of Australia, with us, with me. And I'll see you next week. Same time, same YouTube channel, and most likely same place. Here, coming to you from the Flagami studio, the Pelican headquarters in Miami, Florida. See you next week. Have a great weekend. Have a great rest of your Friday, and have a great weekend.